It is 4:36 p.m. I call this meeting to order on Tuesday, May 3rd, 2022. This meeting is being recorded and available on demand at fatv.org and also on TV. Please keep that in mind when making any comments. Be aware of how your screen may appear and that our meetings are open to the public. The FCC is a nonprofit volunteer body that is part of the City of Fitchburg's government and the state entity, the Mass Cultural Council. The PR subcommittee specifically focuses on the council's public relations. This is a non-voting subcommittee. Any voting decisions are brought to large council, which meets monthly every third Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. All right. I'll just quickly share screen the agenda for today. These are all the things that we're talking about. Does anyone have any announcements other than the things that we are going to be talking about on the agenda?
Well, I do. I think at our last meeting, I said I was not going to go for a second term. I changed my mind. I'm going for a second term.
Yay.
Yay, congrats, and exciting for us. Eileen, do you want to continue as a PR co-chair or?
Sure.
Okay, it's not too much.
No.
All right, sounds good. Anything else? All right. Moving on. All right, so first I want to talk about surveying and tabling opportunities. I reached out to our grantees as well as to Monique Guthrie about Art Week so that we could hand out flyers, promote the council as well as public input surveys. Is anyone going to the community paints party on Thursday from, I would say 2:30 p.m. setup would be good. 3 to 7 p.m. is the actual event.
So I'll be there for the events, and we'll have a table to get. We're going to have a community input survey about types of art that the community would like to see. So you could maybe connect with our table or be right next to us.
Oh, cool. So there will already be a table there for us. We don't have to do any extra setup.
Right.
Excellent.
Depending on, it may not, like I'm gonna have a big poster board and then some things on the table. So it may only be a third of the table that you have. But but it's something.
Yeah, that's better than on Sunday where I just like put them on a chair. Cool. Do you want any help with people coming in earlier than 3?
I mean, I think there probably isn't a lot of setup for the surveys. So I guess I would say if whoever is gonna do the surveys is maybe just a couple minutes before 3.
Okay.
But I'll be there setting up, so, or you can just give them to me and I can do double duty. So.
I was planning on coming at 2:30. Is anyone else planning on coming?
I'm going to be there for a little while.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Everybody should come and paint and be a part of the 3 murals that are going to be put up in downtown Fitchburg.
Even if you're like me, just choose like the small, like the numbers with like the smaller parts, and then like just so that you can say that you did a little bit.
Exactly. Yep.
It was a really great event. I'm really excited that we have 2 more coming up. Because I found myself doing a thing where I was like, all right, well, I already used the paint for this splotch. Now I'm going to go to all the other tables and find which other numbers are, and like you can naturally just start talking to other people. So it's a great community event as well.
Yeah, it's cool. It was cool like that. This group is doing some amazing stuff.
Do you know about like for Lights Fest, like if there would be a table to set up, or would it be a good idea to bring a table?
I don't see why we couldn't have something at Lights Fest. I don't know.
Monique said yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's gonna be any tables. I'm trying to think of what else is happening besides, so there's gonna be some music there and there's gonna be a food truck. I'd be prepared to, if we have a little table. And we might even be able to pull a table from, well, it's just getting it from there's gonna be a table at the lawn, on the lawn at City Hall, but we could theoretically could move it.
Okay, I do have a fold-up table. It's really large though, so I would have to take my car to bring it.
I have like a TV tray, but it's like one of those metal TV trays that I spray painted blue.
Ooh.
I don't know how,
I don't think it needs to be anything vigorous, as long as the wind
Right.
doesn't like take it away.
yeah. All right, let me try to remember to bring that, because that's like an easy, quick kind of setup, take
Yeah.
down, very lightweight kind of thing.
So the Lights Fest is on the same day from, it starts at 6 p.m., but we might want to start setting up at 5:30. Well, I mean, I guess if we're just using a TV tray, we only need like a 15-minute setup. And then the sun goes down at 7:45. So I'd say that like we would only need to be there till like 7:30, because otherwise people can't read the surveys. Who else is going? All right, me and Liz. Is that
I'm
okay,
not
Liz,
gonna
or are
do-
you doing other stuff?
Maybe.
I have a sculpture that I'm gonna be setting up, so I'll be there for the duration.
Where are you gonna see Eileen and Tamar?
I don't think I can come. I really can't do nights, but I can come for the paint party in the afternoon. I don't know whether you just want me to show up and paint, or do you want me to do something?
A little both, like, maybe
Yeah.
we can like swap off like some, like when one person is like asking people if they want to fill out surveys, another person can paint, and then we can
Okay,
switch or something like
all right.
that.
Okay, I can do that.
Sweet. So I got Claudia, Eileen, me, and I think Liz, you'll probably be pretty busy.
Okay.
And then Tamara, were you gonna say something?
No, not really. I was gonna say maybe, but then I think I probably maybe can't, so.
Okay, I think we're good. I think that's plenty of people. Spring Bazaar, Liz, do you want people to come at like 9:30? Do you want a table? I mean, I feel like we should probably have a cultural council table.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yes.
basically made a space, the same space that we had before at the Winter Bazaar is going to be our space again for the Culture Council. So we're close to the door. We have 22, I think, vendors now, might be 23. We've had a few last minute. People
Wow,
had decided that
that's
they were
good.
going to pay. And yeah, I'm psyched because we have like 8 on the lawn, which is enough people that wanted to be on the lawn that it feels full. And then I'm using the first and second floors of City Hall, and they're spread out a little bit more. And then if it does rain, it doesn't look like it's going to rain, but if it does rain, everybody on the line can go into the 3rd floor. There's enough room in that big conference area to fit the 8 vendors up there. So should work out. I am telling vendors if they're inside, if they want to, they can set up Friday from 5:30 to 8. And that they can show up at 8 to set up on Saturday morning. So if there are any folks, so I'll be there at 8. If there are any folks that can come early, the event starts at 10. It would be helpful to give folks some direction, but I have a couple of volunteers that are going to help me. If there's anybody that can't do Saturday but wants to do Friday evening between 5:30 and say 7.
Do you need
That
helpers?
might be helpful.
I was thinking of coming and buying, but do you need helpers too?
I could use a couple of people to,
What
be
time?
around.
Okay.
Like, so I could, it would be helpful to have some folks before the event to help like make sure that people are getting to the right place, you know, so they can set up. And then during the event, it's always good to at least have like a couple people around so that one person can be at the table and then another person can just be checking in on vendors and making sure everything's going.
Okay, so you're going to be there at 8 o'clock on Saturday?
I'll be there at 8 o'clock on Saturday.
Okay, I'll come at
Um,
8 o'clock too and take an early shift.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Thanks, Eileen.
I do have a couple of friends that said that they would help too, so I'm gonna try to rope them in to sticking around for the event.
Okay.
And I don't know if Casey was planning to come like she did last time. She helped through the whole event. Not the early part, but so
During
I'll
the event.
yeah, during the event hours, that was helpful because I don't like to leave the table like empty.
Unattended. Yeah,
Just in case somebody has questions or concerns.
yeah, it's good if there's at least one person there all times. I can come from 10 a.m. to like 11:30, but then we open at 12, so
Okay. Yeah,
I can do that.
understood. Yeah. I know the weekend is your busy time, right? For your
Yeah.
business. Yeah.
We're open Friday through Sunday, so
Yeah.
yeah, I can't help out on Friday evening. I can help out before 4 o'clock on Friday, but I don't think that's helpful to you.
Yeah, I'm not
Um,
helpful all this time and I apologize. I have a.
What was that?
opening- I said, I'm sorry that I'm not able to help this time. I have an art opening Friday night and then I'm in Newport all day Saturday at a pop-up. So if there's anything I can do Friday day, early, I don't know what I could be useful doing, but I'm sorry, I can't help.
No, that's okay. You know what? If you're able to, you know, like push out a couple of posts on social media between now and Saturday, that would help.
I can.
But you know, I feel like it's gonna be fine. You know, we don't need, you know, as long as there's a couple people to just help give direction to the vendors. And this time I made a map with everybody's name on it ahead of time, so they already know where they're going. And you know, so it's slightly more organized than the last one. I think would be good.
Do we have anyone that can table after 11:30 on Saturday? Anyone here?
I can
I-
try, but there's a few variables that I'm not sure of yet, but I'll let everyone know.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to Casey too and see if she's available.
Sounds good. Was someone else speaking at the same time as Matt?
I was, I've got a couple of family commitments on Saturday, but I could get away and Pete could cover at home. So I'll try to get.
Claudia, if I end up having other people available, I'll let you know so you don't have to leave your family.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, awesome. So Liz, I'm assuming you know, you can send out an email to the council to see if anyone else wants to volunteer and kind of coordinate that a little bit, if that's okay.
Yeah, I will do that.
Sounds good. Other serving opportunities we have is Friday, May 27th. The Thurston Consort is going to be playing at the Royalstone Congregational Church.
Actually, it's the
that's
28th. It's
Oh,
the
it's the
28th.
Is that a Saturday?
Yeah,
It is.
Okay.
I'll be there.
Would you want to, could we like put a table and like put surveys
Sure,
there or something like that?
Sure, I'm happy to do that.
Cool. How long is the event for? Is it an hour?
I'm not sure. I've been trying to get Noel down to the church to let us know what he wants us to do, you know, because we've never done this before. We're all excited about it. So I'm guessing an hour and a half. I don't think it would be any more than that.
All right, sounds good. The next ones are gonna be, well, Sunday, June 6th, no, June 5th at 1:30 p.m. is Scenes from Shakespeare at Carter Park in Leominster. And then Saturday, June 11th is scenes from Shakespeare at Gateway Park. And I should probably talk to Sally about it as well, but Noel said it would be all right if we had a table there while he's playing music half hour before the play starts. Those are both FCC, those are all FCC funded events.
What's the Sunday time?
He will be playing from 1:30 to 2 p.m. and then also at 3:30 to 4 p.m. It gives you an excuse to see the play as well. But you might want to start setting up like maybe at like 1 or something, or 1:15.
That's Sunday, June 5th.
Sunday, June 5th and Saturday, June 11th.
So I could table at the beginning of the June 5th.
Cool. So like 1:30 to 2.
Mhm.
Anyone else?
I'll go the second part. So that what's happening? Are there two different concerts at the same place?
No, so basically Stratton Players is doing scenes from Shakespeare, and before their play begins, the Thurston Consort is going to be playing music as people are walking in for like.
Okay, so Tamar, you'll be there for the first part, the Thurston Consort, and I'll get there at what, 3 o'clock? June 5th?
3 o'clock, 3:30. It's good.
3 o'clock, okay.
Eileen, excellent. So that's Sunday, June 5th. Anyone for Saturday, June 11th?
It's not like on the calendar, on our calendar, it lists a Sunday again, not Saturday.
I went by the Stratton's website. By our calendar, do you mean on the
On our
community calendar?
FCC page?
Yeah, I probably need to update that.
Okay, all right. I might be able to do the 11th. I'm not exactly, or I think I'm free. So I can take like the first shift if it's the same kind of time frame.
Okay.
Will we have a meeting in early June again, a PR meeting? You know, we might want to,
You will.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
kind of,
Go through.
Revisit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can also I don't know if there's time for it during the large council meeting, Tamar, but like it could be on that too. Like flyering and handing out survey doesn't have to be dependent on the PR subcommittee.
perhaps, I saw that you listed all these events on the thing you sent me. Perhaps those events could go out to all the members with we need your help kind of a thing. You know, it might be easier to get people to rearrange their calendars if they have to.
I agree.
Or we could use Calendly. Have you checked? Has anybody used that before? Yeah, so I just started using it to like have people book interviews with me for another thing I'm doing for work. And it is kind of a nice way to like, you know, you set up the dates and times that you want people to be able to schedule in, and then they can just click on the link you send them and they can pick the time that works in their schedule and book it. And it'll send you an Outlook calendar, or Google Calendar event thing if you want to get it into your own calendar. So might be a good option.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about that, but I do know that like, you know, it'll be as grantees like get back to us, there might be like, oh, and here's another opportunity,
Right.
another opportunity. So I was trying to think what's the best way to do it. If we were in person, I could just like have a piece of paper and just like everyone just like sign up as we're talking.
Right.
Yeah, that would be
Right.
great.
Yeah.
Any chance
Yeah.
we'll have the next full meeting in person? What do you think, Tamar?
We already voted at the last one to keep it on Zoom for this time. So
Mhm.
But we only
We voted-
voted for the month of May.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for June, we could vote to meet in person.
mhm.
So are we meeting in person then for the
For
next
this,
meeting?
for May, we're on Zoom.
On Zoom? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But
Well,
we, if the PR meeting, PR subcommittee wants to meet in person, in June, if everyone here wants to do that, we could do that. I could just talk to FATV about it.
well, you never know who can show up for those, so it might be better to try to line these tablings up online.
Yeah.
And we can,
But we can keep this agenda item on the PR subcommittee meeting every month, and then every
Just a
month, kind of like,
rolling.
here's what's coming up in the next month, and,
yes,
you know, pick times.
yes.
Exactly. All right, so since we got through May, let's move on to the next thing. So I think the next thing is just Spring Bazaar. Anything else that you want to talk about? Liz, I have the map that you sent, the floor map or whatever, if you want me to screen share it.
I mean, you can if it's quick, so people can see what we have set up. I think this is a much better, so this is outside the courtyard. So that's the lawn that's kind of on the side of the building, and Main Street's at the bottom of the page. And then this second page is all of the first floor. So right now I'm not putting anybody in a meeting room because I don't have to. And I think that's better for them to be out in the public. And I have one little spot still left on in the first floor, which I think Noel wanted to do a performance. So I was just gonna kind of stick him there and have him play some music for at least part of the event. And then on the second floor, I actually have one more on the second floor than is shown here because somebody just signed up today. But it's, you know, I think it's a good setup and things seem to be going pretty smoothly. So the yard signs, I don't know if people have seen them, but they're out around Main Street, which we get
I've
a
seen
ton
them.
of traffic through Main Street. So I figured that would capture a lot of audience. There's a folder full of photos that's now in the shared folder in the Spring Bazaar, you know, in the projects section of our shared folders. So if anybody does want to grab photos in social media posts, it's just the vendors that are actually attending that are in that folder.
Awesome.
But everything seems to be okay. You know, people have been good about paying and signing the contract that I sent out. So I think we're in good shape.
Cool. Should we try to keep track of how many people enter in the building? You know, it's like how many?
With the clicker.
Yeah.
I suppose if somebody has a clicker, I don't. I'm not sure how to really do that well, because I know my attention span isn't good enough to like stay focused on who's coming in through the door.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, apparently we do have, our office does have a clicker. My cube neighbor just showed it to me.
Oh, I've never heard that term about.
Okay. I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt to try, and even if we get sidetracked, we can be like, well, there was at least this number of
Least.
people.
That's a good, yeah.
Are there multiple entrances like there was last time, or are we doing like a walking traffic to enter?
It's going to
in?
be the main door and the side door that faces the lawn. So that way, but not the other side door, because that just, I can't keep track of that.
Yeah.
But you know, so the system is actually going to be set up to like automatically open doors and then lock them at whatever times I ask them to be done. So so City Hall has that technology, which is kind of nice because they're not giving me a master key, so so the technology works.
Nice. I guess we could just like set someone up at one of the entrances and just say how many people entered or exited that entrance specifically,
Yeah.
because it can be tricky otherwise.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. I wasn't even thinking about that.
Does everyone have a name tag? Liz, did you say that you didn't have like a magnet name tag? Do you want one?
I would love one. Our office actually has those magnet name tags. So if there's a sticker that just goes on the white tag, I would just need the sticker.
I can look for the Photoshop files, Liz, that I used to make them. I don't have any more of the labels or the things, but I can find you the file that was sized correctly for that.
Okay.
That would work.
Yeah, because I'm sure that's just a clear label, right? So we could pick some up at Staples or something.
Yeah.
I wonder if for the next event, we should be pre-prepared and change our tags to have our new logo. I need to change these virtual things because apparently we're not supposed to use this logo anymore.
Oh, really?
Why
Yeah.
is that?
Mass Cultural Council didn't want us to use such a similar logo.
Oh,
their-
That's why we changed
Encroaching on
it.
them.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
their logo, not ours. So we're supposed to be using ours.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like we're fine. I feel like it's not a big deal. Maybe we can just have that ready for the next event that we have.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else, Liz?
I don't think so.
Right, cool. FCC TV. Oh, Casey's not here. So Casey is feeling she feels a little bit anxious about always having to be the host. So she was hoping that like maybe either we could have crew and host like alternates, or maybe everyone just kind of tries a different role each time. She also reached out to Gina Villafone, who is not on the council, but is a charismatic person, and posed the idea of what if we asked Gina to host the show if no council members were willing to host. And she was very excited about that idea. So I want to pose that idea to you guys.
Does Tina want to become a council member?
So she has looked into some Mass Cultural Council grants, and I guess she saw some grants like won't let you apply if you are a council member. So she, I'd have to ask her which grants she was looking at just to make sure that that was accurate, just because I know that people always ask that question about like applying to our fall ones, and we say, actually, yes, you can apply for grants. But yeah, if the answer is no, she definitely cannot apply to the grants. If she is a council member, then she would not want to become an official council member.
Well, I don't mind helping now and again. Actually, I minored in radio and TV in college. This is how old I am. Connie Chung was in my class.
My goodness.
Did you know Connie Chung?
Yes, I did. She was a pain in the neck.
Amazing. Are you Eileen, are you saying to crew or to host?
I was thinking to host, but whatever, I can't do it every single time, but be fun to, do it now and then.
Yeah, it'd be good just to like have someone to alternate, just so that like Casey feels a little bit less pressured. Because she's willing to like to learn some crew stuff. So she still wants to be part of FCC TV, and she really likes FCC TV, but I guess like every episode she's just like, oh.
Well, I'm happy to help out. I'm happy to help out if you need me.
I'm happy to help as well. I feel very uncomfortable in the technical side of things. So I'm happy to do the alternative.
Oh, very exciting. Awesome. So should we ask Gina or not? Should we just see how we do with current council members?
We
then?
should
You know,
ask Gina to join the council.
Yeah,
And she could always abstain from votes related to herself.
Well,
yeah.
we've invited Gina to come to the next taping, which is Monday, May 23rd, just to watch. I mean, we can always, you definitely don't need to be a council member to help us with crewing the show. That's for sure. And yeah, I'll find out like what applications she's looking at, just so that I can kind of take a look and find out and maybe like email Mass Cultural Council to make sure that council members wouldn't be abstaining, because I'm sure that she's more interested in the grant money if she had to choose one or the other. But yeah, okay, so we'll just see how we do between Eileen, Tamar, and Casey. I send now of a doodle poll of when we should tape this summer, because we haven't set our schedule for our June tapings on.
So
Was there
did
a
you-
question in there?
Everyone check fill in the no, well, I don't know, just I know Tamar has responded, I think, right? But are you guys both still into doing FCC TV?
Yeah, I'll respond. I just hadn't gotten to it. We're in
Yeah.
pre-commencement crazy mode here in the next couple weeks, so I hadn't gotten to that yet.
That's
I will.
fair.
This is after
Cool.
commencement, the next taping, so I'll be good.
Awesome. Claudia, you still feeling good about being part of FCC TV?
In my usual roles. Yes.
Awesome. I just don't want anyone to feel pressured, like that we have to do this TV show. All right, great. So everyone, if you are down with doing FCC TV, Liz, you're always welcome to join us. But yeah, fill out the doodle poll, and our next taping is Monday, May 23rd. A quick
So I should
and-
show up just to see how things go, huh? For Monday, May 23rd?
Yeah, that'd be
Okay.
great.
I'll do that.
Excellent. Yeah. I have guests coming in at, I think I said 5:45, I think, because come at like Matt, you can't come in until like 5:15, 5:30, right?
Yeah, I have a standing meeting at like 4 o'clock on Mondays, which is not ideal. Sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. I mean, that's why we're checking each other's schedules. Yeah. So I guess most crew are coming in at like 5:15. I'll be probably there at like 4 o'clock even.
So
Just because-
5:15 then on the 23rd.
Yeah,
Okay.
till 7 p.m. That's when they kick us out. Usually we're done sooner, but that's our hard deadline. All right. Claudia and Tamar, you're good for Monday, May 23rd?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, Open Studios. I just never checked this off. Eileen, you already sent the press release for Fitchburg Open Studios registration, right?
We're
For
signing up
that?
here for registration. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Done. Tamar, do you want me to make Facebook events for the event and also registration deadline, or?
It's up to you. I can do it. You can do it. Doesn't matter to me.
Yes, it's just for Wednesday, Thursday, not Wednesday.
Which- Do you think that you or your team would be able to do that this week?
I can't find the
For which part?
Putting up a Facebook events for the registration deadline and also one for the event of 9/24 to September 24th and September 25th.
Yeah, we can do it.
All right, awesome. I figured that since we're doing a lot of promoting of the council, it'd be good if we like already have the events up so that people can just join it from there. Do you have any updates about Open Studios?
Nobody has signed up. We've sent out several emails already. Quite a few, actually. And I don't really expect people to sign up this early. So usually
You
people
have
wait
one,
last
you
minute.
have one sign up.
We have one sign up. I haven't.
Yeah,
seen-
we got a check today from.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, from Abigail.
Nice.
Abigail Wolf. So I actually, Tamar, I sent you email and I created a spreadsheet in our projects folder in the share drive so that we can just keep track of what's coming into the city, at least for that sense. I don't know if payments come in to any other locations besides the city, but I don't want them
Just
to get
Peter's.
mixed up.
Just
Okay,
the
so,
gallery.
yeah, so I just don't want to mix them up with the, like it's all going into the local funds account, but I want to keep track of what it, right now, at least Spring Bazaar payments versus Open Studios payments. So,
Okay.
so we have one.
That's
Will there
cool.
be sign-up sheets at the bazaar on Saturday? I would think a
If
lot of
the-
the artists may want to sign up. I know my buddy John
Yeah.
Early's hopped to sign up, so.
We should, do we have like paper registrations that we can just have right there? And we can make sure that at least we let people know, you know, if you want to participate in Open Studios, take one of these and fill it out here, bring it back or however. that works.
Yeah, we do. I can send you the file.
Cool.
Yeah, we
Okay.
had some of those out during the creative meet and greet, and I think a lot of people are like, "What's going on with this?"
Yeah.
But a little bit weird about being like, "Now pay us now," but yeah, I think Liz mentioned that when filling out the survey and probably even accepting checks, like we can write on like those forms at the bottom saying that you can return it in to City Hall by putting in an envelope and dropping it in the red mailbox at City Hall.
Right, so that way people know it doesn't have to be during business hours. They can roll up at 2 a.m. if they want to and drop their vendor form.
Yeah, so if the
Just don't
applicant-
put,
the
they
paper
just can't
applic-
put cash in the Dropbox, but checks and registrations. Are right.
So if the red mail, if the paper applications could have that verbiage on the bottom, that could be good. Of they can turn in the application and a check in an envelope and put it in the City Hall red mailbox, or do it online. Oh, Tamar, on the website, it says the hard deadline is June 15th instead of July 1st.
Okay.
Do we have pop-up locations figured out yet, or are we gonna figure that
used
out after we
last year.
get?
I used last year's. Eileen already gave us the church again. And we used the same Fitchburg museum. And that's basically it. I didn't try to go for anything new. We have the art museum, the churches, and then we have Activate Mill Street. It's the same as last year.
Is Activate
If-
Mill Street gonna be ready? I mean, well, I don't know. I know that
Yes.
they're under construction right now.
Yeah, so the Main Street work should be finished around the end of June, beginning of July. No matter what, it's going to stop for Civic Days, but the goal is to get it finished by Civic Days. The only question right now is that there's some back order with the new light posts that are coming in. So that construction may linger with the light posts. The Cushing Street, which is going to become a pedestrian way, so right next to Mill Street, That is going to be happening around the same time. That may be more of a end of July finish. But one way or another, I don't think there's any major construction work. Not that I know of anyway, not that's connected to my department, happening on Main Street in the fall. I mean, obviously, the construction season is still happening, so there could be something that I don't know about.
Would City Hall want to be a pop-up location?
Well, that's what I was going to say is I can ask if that could be another opportunity. And, you know, I think between now and September, there might be other opportunities that pop up, and there may be other existing retailers that want to open their doors, you know, who knows? But I think we just need to know that the demand for it is there, right?
Yeah. So maybe we cross that path when we get more people.
Yeah.
More
I mean,
registration.
I would love to encourage people to consider popping up downtown just to make it kind of a place where people can park and walk up and down Main Street and see a lot of studios that way without having to, you know, use a lot of gas to travel around. But
love for people to be
obviously,
like popping up like all along the street, but I don't know how you get
yeah.
the permission for it.
I mean,
Like,
we
if
could
it's
do that if we wanted to have it on the street, but then it becomes sort of weather dependent, or there's a lot of pop-up tents. But you know, if we wanted to explore that, I think that we could definitely do something with that. As a matter of fact, by that, here's something to consider. By that time, because Main Street and Boulder Drive will be two directional, we could see about shutting down a part of Main Street and making it a pedestrian way for the day. That has its own kind of challenges, and there's probably a little bit of an expense to that because we might need a police officer on duty. But something to consider.
Cool. Tamar, do we want to do any flyering to promote registration as well as the event?
I don't think it's
No?
necessary. We haven't done it before. I think the word will eventually get around. It does usually.
I put one flyer up on the community bulletin board on Mill Street Pritchard. All I did was just like print out the slide that I had previously made and just has information on it.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Anything else for Open Studios? All right. Creative meet and greet debrief. I thought it was a great event.
I thought it was a great event. It went really well.
Eileen did did most of the organizing. Thank you. I think it turned out great. Do you
I
have any
thought
thoughts, Eileen?
it was lovely. I thought everybody looked like they were having a good time. The only thing was there were these people, there were two guys who just came and sat at a table and did nothing. Did you see them?
No, I didn't, but there was also, they had another event right after the meet and greet, and that was their weekly trivia night. So maybe they were trivia night people.
No, they were here for us. I got to one of them before the other one left. And I asked him, you know, are you here for the FCC? And he said, yes. But he's the kind of guy that doesn't look at it when he talks, you know, down like this. And I said, well, what did you want to accomplish? He said, well, I play the guitar. I wanted to find some people to play the guitar with. So I took him over and dumped him on Noah Pluff. I said, this guy knows everything there is to know about music in town. I don't know how that worked out. And then I went back to get the other guy, but he had left. He probably thought, who knows. So I think, you know, with these kind of things, I think artists being artists, they might be on the shy side. And we might do a little, I don't know, you know, proselytizing.
I was thinking the same thing. I was surprised that, so I put out the public input surveys, just being like, okay, you know, if anyone wants to like fill them out. I was surprised how many people like grabbed it. And I realized that maybe it would be a good idea for these creative meet and greets that we set up some sort of conversation starter like, I don't want to do like an icebreaker where we like have everyone stand in a circle, but like maybe it's something like on your name tag, right? You know, what's your favorite movie, or like something that like people kind of hang on to, like when they're walking around and be like, oh, hey, like we both like the same movie or something like that.
Yeah, it's enough, I think, to say, how are you related to the Fitchburg Cultural Council? Do you get a grant? Are you a creative person? Do you want to get more involved? You know, you can just go around and talk like that and probably learn a lot. So maybe the next one we'll have some talkers out there, as they used to say in Brooklyn.
Yeah, maybe we could have some people that that we assign to kind of like help people mingle a little bit.
Mingle, yeah.
Yeah.
We should think about that.
Like an introducer.
Other thing
kind of
about
person.
that, I'm gonna go approach, if it's okay, I'd like to approach Jackie about being on the council. I think as a business owner and a person who's interested in art, I think she'd have a lot to, I brought it up the first time I met her, but I hadn't talked to anybody here yet or anything like that. So is that okay? I thought I'd get in touch with her and see if she'd be interested. I think she'd bring so much.
Eileen, you don't need anyone's permission to suggest to someone that they should join the
Okay.
council.
Okay, I'll talk to Jackie.
Yeah. The process is just come to one of our meetings so that we know that they can come to our monthly meetings, and then if it's in person, just approach me or Casey or Tamar. If it's virtual, I guess they can just send an email to the cultural council, and then we'll figure out a time to meet with that person for an hour and give them the whole lowdown of what's involved with being part of the council.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
that'd be great to have Jackie. Personally, I think that would be great. Can't speak for anyone else. Casey brought up the idea of, you know, I mean, I know that Eileen, you want to do a quarterly thing. Should we do a summer meet and greet as well?
Yeah, that's what I thought would be a good idea. Does Casey have an idea of a new place?
I don't know. She was just like very excited at the creative meet and greet, and she's like, all right, like, when's the next one? She's also talking about
we have another
a summer bazaar as well.
Yeah, no. We do have another brewery, Thirsty Robot, if we wanted to share the you know, kind of move the meet and greet around.
I think we should pop up at a new location each time.
Yeah, I would agree. You know, I wish Strong Style was open in the evenings again, because that would be a good one. But who knows what the future will bring.
I think like as long as there's construction going on over by Strong Style, it's tricky right now.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, I think we should choose a new spot. We can start brainstorming ideas of start thinking about where would be a good next location. I feel like I was going to say something, but I don't remember.
We could do tacos.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
downtown.
tacos, tequilas.
Tequilas, yeah.
Or we could do
Oh, there's
Kingston,
Yeah.
Jamaican cuisine.
I think that, well, Kingston Island, yeah, it's like a big space too.
They have
I think that's a
entertainment
great
there
idea.
too, don't they?
They do.
Sometimes. I think that'd be a
And they
fun
have
place.
pool tables, so if people get bored, they can play pool.
Oh, okay. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, that should definitely be a spot. Cool. All right, anything else about the creative meet and greet? Oh, I remember what I was going to say. I was just going to say that Gina, who I was mentioning earlier, she was really excited to be at the creative meet and greet because she's never been to River Styx before. So, and she's like, oh, I always go to this other place. So it, like, by popping up in different places, we're introducing people to different spots. Okay, community input. I asked Jessie about that date, but she won't be the events coordinator for FAM at that time, so I'm going to email Rebecca about it. But if FAM can't do it, do we have any other ideas of where we would want to do our public input meeting?
Say that again, about who wants to do what?
What?
What did Tamar say?
I was wondering if we could use Fitchburg State.
The Idea Lab?
That would be
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can look into that, yeah.
Would work.
Because if it's hot outside, I love the museum, but if it's hot, that was miserable.
Well, I mean, if we're willing, if we're down with being inside, then we would just be inside of the FAM, right? And I think they have air conditioning, but yeah.
And they do.
They do.
Okay.
FAM's great because people can come early and look at the exhibit too, you know.
True.
Is there a date for that?
No, I think there was a suggestion of the last Friday in August.
Yeah.
It doesn't give us a whole lot of time to put together a public, like, you know, to digest all the public input, though.
Yeah, I think if we could do it earlier, I think that would be better for us to then be
Yeah.
able to process that information.
Maybe the last Friday in July. Then we have-
July.
Then we have a month to digest.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna have like way more public input and feedback than we've had in the past since we've already started surveying. So I'm excited about that. So yeah, I guess we could do it in July. It just might be in the peak of people being on vacations. Right?
Yeah, but you run
Yeah, I
into
mean,
the
I
same
won't
thing with
be here
August.
On July 29th, for example.
What'd you say?
He won't be here.
Yeah, I'm on the
Hmm.
road that last week, that end of July, beginning of August.
What about 22? 7/22?
I think I'm here still. Yep.
I could pose that as an idea. Do we want to consider like a Thursday as well? Or we like the idea of it being on a Friday?
I like Fridays better. It's a little less trying to get out of work early than
Mhm.
Thursday. Just saying that.
I won't be able to confirm that I can be there on Friday nights. Just so you know.
That's because you work, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, Friday
but
night.
we're not open on Thursday. But I also figured that it's more, I mean, it's really lovely when like after we're done going through the survey that we can just like ask people to like, you know, oh, what other projects are you doing? And and it becomes a networking event, but it's like more of a feedback town hall kind of situation as well. So I don't know.
Maybe we should doodle poll this with the whole council and then see who's available when. And then we can vote on it at the next meeting.
All right, sounds good. Do we
Makes
want to?
We could have like 3 or 4 dates. And then of course, we have to get the museum to agree too, right? So.
Right.
All right, put out a doodle poll. Can we narrow it down a little bit? Like, do we want to do Fridays? Do we want to do Thursdays? Or just put every day of the week and say who's available?
Well, maybe we
I
can
know.
just Thursday and Friday, like the last Thursday, do July 20, 21, 22, 28, 29, 4, 5, or we already know Matt can't be here 28, 29.
Mhm.
And maybe we do 21, 22 and August 4 and 5 and see what everybody can do.
Okay.
That's like 4 options. And then we got to ask the museum before the meeting.
Yeah,
Mhm.
sounds good. All right, so since I have this up, I'm gonna call this under updates. One of my assignment updates. One of my things was updating the City Hall website. And so I finally sent that information to Liz and Nate. And I don't know if it was Liz, you, or if it was Nate, but
It was
well,
Nate.
it's-
Nate gets
He
all the
went-
credit.
he went above and beyond because
Yeah, he
I
did.
asked him to put our list of grants awards on here, and I was expecting it to be all the way on the bottom, but it was not there. And I was like, oh, where is it? There's a whole nother tab. And it just looks really lovely. So I'm very excited about that. And then I changed our links to be our Mass Cultural website, the donation fee, our link tree, Instagram, yeah. So
I'm
that's that.
sorry, I have to leave the meeting now. I have another meeting to get to.
Okay.
But
Very
see everybody
quickly,
very soon.
I'm going to say I changed the URLs for our Facebook page and our Facebook group. Both of them ended with /cultural council Facebook. Cultural Council Fitchburg. I switched it to be Fitchburg Cultural Council. So if you have that hyperlink, like on the Fitchburg Open Studios website or any other places, update it. Cool. Thank you, Liz. We'll see you on
Thank you.
Saturday and probably
See you
on
Saturday.
Yes, and probably tomorrow. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, Thursday.
Thursday. Yeah. Yeah. I think that about wraps it up. Does anyone else have anything that they want to add that's on the agenda? All right, guys. Thank you all. I will see you guys at the events for Art Week.
Okay.
Good job, everybody.
Great job,
Good.
everyone. 5:30, 2 p.m.
Have a good evening.
See you guys.
And Matt, you've been writing notes. I assume that you're writing notes, right?
Brisk, I have a wonderful presentation of minutes here.
A presentation, a PowerPoint.
Yes, 2 pages of detailed notes. Blow by
Awesome.
blow.
Okay.
All right, thanks
Thank
all.
you, everyone, so much.
this
This
weekend.
meeting is adjourned.